Do you hear that? Does anyone hear that? I think Target is calling and they want to steal your money. Uh-oh. Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you are an oldie but a great friend, welcome back. My name is Corina and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 strategies that I have implemented as a former shopaholic to stop impulse shopping and overspending in order to get control of our finances. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright friends, so I am a former shopaholic, like I said. I have honestly always loved to shop. It is one of my absolute favorite pastimes. But since my husband and I decided to get control of our finances and really focus on our financial goals, shopping has had to go on the back burner. And I'm not gonna lie, it is a habit that comes very easily to me, is going out and shopping and finding an excuse to shop or finding an excuse to, order something online. And so I have had to work actively and consistently in order to break that habit and to stop impulse shopping or overspending when I'm out actually shopping for something that we need. So I do have some strategies that I have implemented in my own personal life that I'm going to share with you guys today, as well as a few examples of other things that I've done in order to curb my overspending tendencies. Strategy number 1 is to create a wish list. Now, if you guys are following me on Instagram, I recently shared my personal wish list there, and I literally have a wish list on my phone at all times of items that I would love to own, but are not necessarily in our budget. They're not a need, right? They're a want. And so I call this my want list / wish list, because they're just things that I want, things that would be fun to have, but they're by no means a necessity. So I keep them there. And the great thing about having a wish list is that once you have, your personal money and maybe you don't have something that you're necessarily going to spend it on that month, or if someone is asking for what you'd like for a gift for Christmas or your birthday or a special event like an anniversary, you have a list to pull from automatically. You don't have to scramble around and say, well, I like Starbucks and I kind of go to Target occasionally. You can really look at them and say, I would love a hot pink hydro flask. Hello, wish list. So you can get really specific, and then that person knows that they're actually going to get you something, or you're going to get yourself something that's really going to be used and that you have had your eye on, and it's not just a fly-by-night random flying by the seat of your pants item that you're throwing out there for them to just fulfill a gift, right? So tip number 1 is to create a wish list or a want list. It's super helpful and really important. Okay, so strategy number 2 is to buy it twice. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it's essentially the theory that you can't buy it something once unless you can buy it twice. Now, that is one way to look at it. So you have to have enough money to buy an item twice for it to be justifiable for you to purchase it and bring it home. But the other strategy, and really what I go by, is to buy it twice. So if you see something at the store, mentally you think, oh my gosh, I need this right now, I want it, I have my personal money, I'm just gonna buy it, but it's not something that you need, or you know that there's something that you'd rather spend your personal money on perhaps, or it's just really not a necessity, or you're really trying to curb the overspending tendencies. So if you have an item that you're looking at and you think, oh, this would really be perfect, I encourage you, this is what I do, I will put it back, and if I'm still thinking about it another day, a couple days later, if I go back to that store to look at it again, and it's really still at the forefront of my mind, then I will go ahead and pick it up. I really implement this strategy in my life a lot of times, and it's often when I'm out with my husband and I'll see something, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, I really want it, it's really adorable, that'd be perfect, I could wear it with this outfit, or oh, it would look so great in this spot in our house, and then I will completely forget about it. And a couple days later, my husband will be like, hey, did you ever get that thing, or were you gonna go back and buy that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what it is, right? It's totally would have been an impulse purchase. And so this buy it twice strategy really makes you put into perspective what you actually want to bring into your home. All right, friends, strategy number 3 is to limit your shopping trips to once a week when possible. So this is something that I do, and I really try and limit my shopping trips or outings to one day of the week. So that way you can't just, go out after work and run here or run there, because every single time you're going to a store, you're spending more money, and it's more of an opportunity for you to overspend and blow a certain budget category. So I really limit my shopping to one time a week or one day of the week, and that's it. It's tough, but it works. So strategy number 4 is to make a spending plan. Now, this is different from your budget, right? Your budget is having a set amount that you can spend towards a category, but a spending plan, what I look at it, is how you're going to spend that money. So for instance, our son, we give him essentially a $50 budget each month, and that is for any like toys that we want to buy that we think are kind of missing in his toy assortment that he has right now, or if there's any clothing that we think that he needs that, you know, we want to add in to his wardrobe, or if there's something that I just think is really cute and I want to buy it. We have to break down that $50, because it only goes so far, into a spending plan. So for instance, with his clothes, if I were to go out, this actually happened a couple weeks ago, I had gone onto Carter's because I wanted to buy him some jeans and just a couple pairs of pants that were in a larger size. And he didn't really have any like, you know, good like jeans. He has lots of sweatpants and stuff like that, but no jeans. So I went onto Carter's and I was looking at their jeans and joggers and things like that, and they have great sales all the time. So these items were on sale. It would have cost me about, I wanted to get 3 pairs, so it would have been about $25 or so to get those for him. But I decided to go to what's called Once Upon a Child. Yes. I decided instead to go to Once Upon a Child, which is a children's like gently used clothing and toy store in our area, and I'm sure they're everywhere. But that's where I went, and I was able to get him pants that I wanted, and also about 3 or 4 shirts for $19. And so that for me was a big win, because I knew he needed a couple of additional like warmer clothing items like for the cooler weather. But I knew that if I were to get those on Carter's, I would spend his probably close to his whole clothing budget or his whole budget for the month. But instead, going to a different place allowed me to spend less money and get the same number of items that I would need or would want for him, but it helped me to have a spending plan. So I knew that I only wanted to spend a certain amount on his clothing, so I would have an additional amount for other things if they came up as needs. So anywho, all that to say, make a spending plan and kind of figure out what you actually want to spend your money on, what percentage you want to spend on, what the amount is, etc., etc. We also do this for our date nights. So we budget between $60 and $80 a month for date nights, and there are dates that we can have that are really inexpensive, and there are dates that we can have that would take up that whole date night budget. So we have to strategize and figure out how many dates we want to go on in a month, and if it's more than one, what do we want to do, and what are where are we going to go that gets us the most bang for our buck. So there are things that we can do that we have gift cards for, or there are things that we can do that are pretty inexpensive, like just going and grabbing some ice cream and having my parents watch Elias for a couple of hours. And then there's more extravagant dates, like a dinner out or something like that. So you really have to just strategize and figure out what the best plan is for your money and what makes the most sense. Remember, just because you have a certain amount budgeted doesn't mean you need to spend that full amount, and it doesn't mean that you need to spend it all in one place or on one occasion or item. So, all right, friends, and tip number 5, or strategy number 5, is a tough one, especially for me. It is to delete shopping apps and like favorite links from your phone or your tablet, your iPad, your computer, what have you. So personally, I would go onto Etsy and spend money on planner supplies like it was nobody's business. It was so bad. I would just go on and be looking at different things and adding things to my cart all the time. And I realized that if I didn't have that app on my phone, that I wouldn't just go to the website. So I decided to delete the Etsy app. I also deleted the Amazon app, the Target app. I've deleted so many apps over the course of time because they send you notifications and say, hey, this is on sale, or hey, we're running this special, and it encourages you to spend impulsively when it's things that you haven't necessarily budgeted for or planned for to spend, you know? So it helps to really cut back the overspending or impulse shopping that you would do if you have those apps and the notifications coming in, because they know how to get you. They know. Okay, so those are the 5 strategies, and now I'm going to share with you a few ways that I have really cut back on spending and impulse shopping. All right, friends, so the first example is going to sound a little weird considering what I just said about shopping apps, but it is to build an Amazon wish list. So what I will do is, if there's something that I have my eye on, similar to my actual wish list that I keep in my phone, I will actually go onto Amazon and put things into my wish list. And this actually translates into a Christmas list or a birthday list. And it's things that I may hear of listening to a podcast, for instance, like a book recommendation, or I'll see a friend like wearing something super cute, like a sweater, and I want to, I think it's really cute and I would like it. So I put it in my Amazon wish list. And this helps my friends and family know me very well. And they know that before the holidays and before my birthday, I will remind them about my Amazon wish list, and they can easily go on there and pick out a gift for me that they know I would like. So that is one thing that I love to do, and that really helps to curb the impulse shopping, because you're still getting like the satisfaction of clicking a button and like kind of shopping, so to speak, but it's going to a place and you're not actually spending the money on it in that moment, at least, but you're saving it for a future time when you do want to spend the money on it, or you have more money to spend on it, or someone else needs to buy a gift for you, or wants to buy a gift for you, I guess. So the Amazon wishlist is one of my favorite tools, and I highly recommend it, but just don't keep the Amazon app link on your phone. I promise it's gonna help you a lot. Okay, so tip number 2 and 3 are actually gonna be combined into one. And so tip number 2 is that I bring my lunch to work. So I guess it's an example. I bring my lunch to work every day, and I work in an office that is surrounded by some of the best food in our area, like my favorite places, tons of variety. I could literally go out to eat somewhere different for probably at least 2 weeks straight, if not more than that, and it would be no problem. Like a lot of my coworkers do, no shade, but seriously, they do. And I choose to bring my lunch. It takes me about an hour each weekend to prep lunches for my husband and I, but then we have our meals ready to go, and that saves us so much money. I'm not even kidding, so much money during the week. Just imagine if you go out to lunch, I cannot spend less than $10 or $12 going out to lunch. And so every single day, right, 5 days a week, that's $50 to $60 or $70 that you're spending just on lunches. And that's, $50 to $60 is our food budget for a week. So I can't imagine spending that just on lunches. So that is tip number 2, is that I bring my lunch to work. And number 3 is that I take a short lunch. I take a 30-minute lunch every day. And so I bring my lunch to work, and that shorter lunch encourages me to bring my lunch, and then I actually eat it at work. I don't go out. I don't have time, honestly, to go out. And this I did actually purposely and strategically, because there are really great shops right around the corner from where I work. There's my favorite stores, there is a great mall, like there's so much temptation if I were to get in my car and want to just kind of blow off, an hour at lunchtime. But instead I chose to take a 30-minute lunch, bring my lunch, and I will either read, I'll do some scrolling on social media, I'll call my mom or my husband, I'll just sit outside and just get some sun. I'll do something, but it keeps me at the office. And then that way, after work, I'm eager to get home to my family because I want like a break that's longer than 30 minutes. But it's really been beneficial because I don't have the time, honestly, to go out and pick something up for lunch or go peruse a shop. So that has really cut down on my impulse shopping. At my old job, I worked right next to a Target, and literally I would go there constantly because it was so close. I could go on a 30-minute break and, go pick up some stuff and get back to work in time. And I could even take an hour if I wanted to, but this particular job is a little more strict, and so I have a set schedule. So I only take my 30 minutes. I don't go anywhere because it would take me a little too long to actually go anywhere, and I just eat my lunch and enjoy some time just resting. So those are tips 2 and 3. Bring my lunch and take a short lunch because it's really beneficial. All right, guys, and the 4th thing that I've implemented to help cut down on impulse shopping is, you probably already know it, it is Walmart grocery pickup. This is something that I do every day. This is something that I do every week, and it really helps with cutting down on impulse shopping because I'm not at the store seeing what's on sale or seeing, something that might look a little better than what I planned, or seeing things and just like wanting to buy them impulsively because I'm getting a little hungry. I already have our meal plan planned out. I have our items ordered. I know exactly what we need for the week, and that's all that I'm buying. And then my husband and I go and pick it up, and that's it. So it helps us cut down on our grocery budget and keep our grocery budget in check without overspending or adding those impulses while you're at the grocery store. So guys, that is a lot of information for today. It's 5 strategies to help you stop impulse shopping or compulsive overspending, and also a few examples of how I've implemented different things in my own life in order to cut back on the impulse shopping. Like I said, I am totally a former shopaholic, so I know the struggle. Believe me, you are not alone. I promise. There's help. You can do it. It's baby steps, step 1 at a time, and you're gonna get there, and you're gonna be able to make serious financial gains and wins in your life and get closer and closer to your goals. So if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new for more money topics and lots of working mom life stuff. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day.